Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Iowa Hawkeyes offense will have first crack at this one. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
They need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game, like we've seen throughout his career, when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter. That's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
There's nothing better than opening drive, coming out as an away team. Everybody's got all that excitement, all that energy, and being able to run the football and physically exert yourself to start a football game.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Second down, they'll go to the air. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. The Hawkeyes decide to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. No fair catches here, looking for room. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. So Notre Dame's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he will.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the field.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The volley cheers going on high. And here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. From the gun. Wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. And the Hawkeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to run it. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Hawkeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Finds the tight end. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important to get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, take everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, we've got a winner in the battle of the Willamette Valley between Oregon and Oregon State. Oregon was anything but dominant today, but the Ducks are going to leave Autzen Stadium winners. A lot to work on, no question, but they avoid one in the Elcon. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down for the 36.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Grab near the marker. It's Fields. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. That's the end of the quarter, and Iowa is on top. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. So first down here as they go back to work. They'll move the tight end. The give on the inside. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk.
It's a running one. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. This will make Irish eyes smile because they're shaking down thunder from the sky with this running game.
Just pound, pound, pound. What are you going to do? Are you going to meet the physical challenge of the Irish because they're ready to rumble?
Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17.
A lot of times defenses blitz to stop the run. This very play right here, blitz the linebacker, but man, the offense did a great job. Everybody understood what they saw. Running back understood. Pick up a nice positive gain when they were trying to get a blitz and maybe create a tackle for a loss.
From the red zone, it's Love. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Notre Dame now facing 3rd and inches. He'll sneak it. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Direct snap. It's Love. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll try the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. From the gun, running back on the move. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Fires left. Got him downfield. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Pass completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. He's got it on the right.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his tight end. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Hawkeyes will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Here come the Irish back on offense. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Looking to throw on first down. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. Wants to keep it in the air. Pulls it in. It's Mott. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. 4th down, and a field goal is not going to help much. They'll try to keep the drive alive by converting here. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. The sure hands. It's Pauly. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to throw on first down. Pressure coming. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Using his legs to buy some time. He'll try to do it himself. He steps out of bounds right at the 15-yard line.
Well, that's just an amazing individual effort, trying to get back as much yardage as possible to set up a third and manageable situation, right? Nice job in the open field, understanding the situation. You obviously cannot take a sack at this juncture on the drive, so do what you can do to put your offense in a good position here on 3rd down.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Just drives it between the uprights. Now up by 7 7 points here in the second. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's going to run it. Fighting off the defender. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. The Hawkeyes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Fires to the big fella. He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Hawkeyes will kick it off to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football game.
Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense gets set for second down. To the air, it's Carr. Here's a hit. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense, or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Notre Dame facing a third and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Under fire. They get to him as he throws.
That is the exact energy they talked about at halftime, like coming out with right now for this defense. You're trailing, but it's a close game. It's a one-possession game. Come out and set the tone. That's exactly what they did, forcing the punt on the first drive.
Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. Looking for room. It's Moulton. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Gets it to him on the screen. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. The hand to the running back. Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one. The Hawkeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To To the air on second down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Got his man. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The volley cheers going on high. And here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. Pocket breaking down. Finds his big tight end. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. And the Hawkeyes are moving quickly down the field. They'll give it to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Now the play fake. Makes the grab. It's Anderson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. This crowd trying to do it's hard to get inside the kicker's head. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Syracuse had an impressive showing at home, and I know the fans inside the dome are ready for hoops, but pay attention to what's happening on the gridiron too, people. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keep... There he goes! Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
Movement on the offense, and they'll lose 5 yards on the penalty.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Back behind the chains, 1st and 15. To throw, it's Carr. Makes the catch. It's Paulin. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
I think quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Fires to the tight end. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And that's a huge third down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Going to the running game. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Leaves it with the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
This is one of those unique situations in a game as a head coach. You're trying to feel the momentum, and what's your confidence in your quarterback, because you've got fourth, you're in field goal range, but you've got the weapons to get one more completion and ice this thing. So do you kick the field goal or do you go for it?
Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
That was such a risky call. With the lead late in the game, to go for it on fourth down, that could have been disaster if they don't get it. But with the conversion, now the question, is that enough to ice this thing and win the game?
The offense coughs it up. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
Looking for a man. It's Carr. Hauls it in. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Rushes on him. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Makes a catch. First down and maybe a lot more. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Love. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
If you're going to try a push pass here on first down by the goal line, you've really got to get great blocking. You can't allow penetration, and the offense wasn't able to do that. Look at the defense on that last play. They were able to get in the backfield and make a tackle on a speedy wide receiver to get the TFL.
And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense.
Well, that's a huge kick right there, because now the opponent has to score a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. That put so much pressure on the opponent. Nice job by the special teams going out and executing on a big moment.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. Back to pass. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You've got to take shots offensively.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Makes the catch. It's Anderson. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Trailing by a touchdown, this fourth down opportunity is gargantuan. They'll stop him short. Just what they needed as they get the ball back for their offense.
And how about the defense coming up big on fourth and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Tough, determined run gets it down to the 12. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to the run on second down and maybe put this thing away. They'll go right back to it. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On 1st and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you. Right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice...
And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Irish! They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. To the air on 1st down. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. 2nd down, he'll throw it. He's going up top here late in the game. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Unloads to the right. He's got it. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down.
Man, and that's just making it way too easy on the defense. They're laughing at that short. They're like, really? Okay, we'll just make an easy tackle and jog our punt return team out on the field. We're going to make it that easy for us.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Finds him out of the backfield. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. Great place to start for this offense. Back to pass, it's Carr. A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Notre Dame! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the 1st down. The Hawkeyes headed quickly to the line. And they spike it and get the clock stopped. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Gets it out fast. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Hawkeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. And here comes the punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Hauls it in, looking for space. They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. Guys, this is a really good win for this ball club as they put together consecutive victories.
And in this season, that's what you got to do. You got to put together good weeks, build on each other, build that momentum, continue to grow as the season goes on.
Yeah, David, it's all about building confidence, and it's really important for these players to go out, work hard in practice, and see that hard work really pay itself off on game day. This is a team that's really starting to believe in itself.
Thanks so much for